Hey, what's up? Let's go over the runner stretch slides. This is a super common exercise within the programs and something I use with my one-to-one clients as well as my own training all the time to build range of motion and also to warm up and get myself ready for either more intense exercises or just my different training session if I'm working on strength, whether it be squats, deadlifts, or gymnastic skills like the press to handstand. So in the setup, you can see I have some yoga blocks here. Got a pad for my knee because I'm a little bit soft, I'm not tough. If you're tough, you don't need the pad. And then my slider. So here in my setup, you're gonna see I have a nice tall posture. I'm gonna slide out as far as I can. And then as I come in, I'm gonna try to posture forward, use the strength of my leg to pull in. And so this progressive forward fold, plus the action of using my leg to drag the slider in, is going to lengthen and strengthen the hamstring. If, on the other hand, as I slide out, I use 100% of my arms to just kind of let myself come back in and relax, I'm not getting that tensioning effect and I'm not getting the strength from pulling in. And so the exercise is not gonna be as effective. You'll still get the lengthening from coming out, but you're not gonna get that full benefit that you will if you slide back in actively using the strength of your leg. If you're more flexible, you can ditch the supports and work with the hands on the floor. But if you're less flexible, you're gonna be really hunched over. And so it's gonna be super tough for you to slide without stretching the low back more than you actually stretch the hamstrings. So I really like to use supports like yoga blocks, or even have people who are less flexible use benches. And that way, as they slide up, they can stay more upright with the torso, whether they're sliding in or out, and put less of that like bulging force in the back, right? If you see my back rounding forward, that's generally gonna be more okay. But when you see that back bulging out backwards, that's where we're gonna run into quite a bit of trouble. And ideally, we really could just keep that back much more straight the whole time, would be optimal. So slide them out, bend the elbows as you need to lean into it, and then use that leg strength to pull back in. The other key component that I wanna show you, I can kind of change the angle so you can see it better, is keeping the hips square as we slide out. So from this angle, I think you'll be able to see as I slide out, if I turn my hips open, I can keep sliding quite a long ways. But if I keep my hips square, I'm gonna get stuck a lot sooner, and I'm gonna get that stretch more where I want it, which is in the back of the hamstring. So I slide just as far as I can go. Don't get greedy, drag him back in, keep him square, and just accept what my range of motion is. Drag back in, be strict on yourself, don't let him get greedy, and get that false range of motion. Sometimes it is hard to feel that rotation in the hips, so just like any of the other movements that we're doing here, filming yourself or working in a mirror and reviewing between sets so that you can gradually connect what your body feels like to what you're doing in space, and then better understand how to adjust such that you can create a new feeling that feels different from what you think feels right, and then associate that by reviewing your videos over and over again to teach yourself how to move better. Because in the end, whether you have someone watching you or you're doing it yourself, you're the one who has to move better. So reviewing is going to be key for this movement and all the other drills that you find within the programs. If you do have further questions about this one, feel free to reach out, and good luck with the training programs.